Well, I've been interviewing people for the last 30 years concerned with the fight game. I think I've never done a more important one than today because there's some really interesting news to come out, important news to come out on the New Zealand boxing scene. First of all, I'd like to introduce on my right, nobody needs introduction in New Zealand because Doug Viney is a household name here and around the world as well. Started his fight career in the late 1990s, quickly become one of the best heavyweights in the country, winning the K1 New Zealand in 2001, going on to reach the pinnacle by winning the K1 Grand Prix in Las Vegas in 2007. In between that time and that career, he managed to put in some boxing and represent his country Tonga in the Olympic Games in Athens in 2004.
You know my past better than me.
Since then, in business, has gone on to own one of the biggest and best known gyms in the world, here with Eugene Beerman as the owner of City Kickboxing. And you also, Dougie, the trainer of the Tongan boxing team that leaves later today.
Yes.
To go and try to qualify for the Paris Olympics and going over to Italy. And this man here is a very important man, is going to be very important in this part of the world. Tahiti, you were the president of the Oceania IBA Boxing Association. Can you tell us a little bit about IBA for the people out there that aren't right up to date with it, and how much it's done for the boxing around the world and what's going to happen in this part of the world?
Okay, yes, I am also a boxer. I was gold medal of Pacific Games in Tahiti in France, and also a coach, president of boxing in my country. And I was 20 years first vice president of Oceania Boxing Confederation, 4 years with president from PNG, and 8 years first vice president with Kate Walker when he was the president. Also 8 years first vice president with Ted Tanner from Australia. And 3 years ago I became the president of Oceania Confederation, and also the president of and member of IBA, International Boxing Association. So last year, 3-4 months ago, so we have a new federation of international. So some in IBA we are 190 countries board member, and 25 then go create a new federation. And also New Zealand, with our friends from New Zealand, they follow this new federation. That's why all the country in Oceania, we have 20 country in Oceania member of IBA. So that's why many association and coach from New Zealand call me. They want to participate to the World Championship for International Boxing Association. That's why 2 months ago, so I make some meeting with some guys, and 1 month ago, so we decide with this many persons from New Zealand create a new federation, and I ask International Boxing Association if it's possible. They told me, oh, we have to look, they have to make administration, everything, and we have to look if they know about boxing. That's why I am very happy that all this association decide that Doug Viney become the president and the referent for IBA and for boxer in New Zealand. First, we look for the athletes, because if not, they cannot participate to the World Championship, to the Oceania Boxing Confederation, and many tournaments in the world every month. That's why it's important we create this federation, so all the athletes could participate. Because I have some coach, they call me, oh, I have my boxer, she arrived on quarterfinal and semi-final last year for the World Championship, and they want to participate. Because for the athletes, three years ago, for all the World Championship, the gold medal, they win $200,000 US. The silver medal, they win $100,000. And the bronze medal, they win $50,000 for each category. So it's good to support the athletes. And this year, it will be the first time for the Oceania Championship. We make prize money. We have a meeting next week with the board member in Sochi in Russia. So we talk about the prize money for the Oceania Championship, because the president, Yuma Kremlev, and all the board members, we really want to support all the athletes. And we see in these 3 years, all the athletes were happy. Some athletes, they prepare the Olympic Games, they have IBA night every month, so they can participate, they have some prize money, so it's very good for all the athletes. And for Oceania, in these 3 years, IBA puts a program to support all the national federation about materials and support them if they don't have enough money to go to the World Championship. For example, next year for the World Championship in India for the women, in Armenia for the men, so many countries in Oceania, IBA pay the transfer airfare for the athletes and coach. That's why everybody was happy now. So only New Zealand and Australia, they go out. So it will be good for the boxers first, and that's why I'm really happy that Duke Viney, so everybody knows him in New Zealand, and his board member decided to follow the IBA.
Well, I've known Dougie for over 25 years, and when he gets excited about something, the way he's got excited about this, I get excited too. So Dougie, I know it was a great thrill for you to be voted president, and can you tell us a little bit what you think it will mean to the fighters? Because it seems to me that IBA is made up of fight people more than just an official from here, there.
And they're all passionate about boxing. You know what I mean? So the good thing about this one is like they all care about the athletes first. You know, us officials are second. You know what I mean? So, and an athlete's fight life is so short. You know what I mean? So we'll try and push them as much as possible in that short amount of time. But I think this will be great for us New Zealand athletes to try and get them out there. You know, so first we've got to try and figure out who's going to be the top guys to represent New Zealand. And once we get that issued, then I'll start pushing them out there. But this is going to be great for New Zealand. You know what I mean?
And this is just only just come out. News is only just coming out.
You are the first. You are the first to push this.
I'm honoured to be that. The people that you have spoken to behind the scenes, everybody on board.
Yes, and they all feel exactly the same as me. They're very passionate about New Zealand boxing, and they just want to get the athletes out there. You know what I mean? Just no more games. Just get them to fight. Yeah.
I think the big question everybody wants to ask is, with an amateur sport, how can we afford to pay the athletes more than some of the professionals are making?
Because the new president of IBA, Mr. Yuma Kremlev, and also all the board members, we want to support the athletes first. And we know before, like Duke Viney and like me, when we fight, we have nothing. Yeah? So if we could support some athletes, it will be good. And we look for a professional too. Maybe IBA could organize some professional fights. So we start 3 years ago on 4 rounds, 6 rounds, because we know all the World Championship of amateur, and they become World Championship of professional too. 90% of the World Championship of professional, they all come for amateur. And that's why IBA knows that all the national federation, they prepare athletes to become the best of the world. And that's why the new board member, we think and we really want to support athletes too, and coach, because when we give the prize money, they can, it depends of the national federation and the coach, maybe 10 or 20% for the coach, or maybe 30, they have to decide by each national federation.
I think in the past a lot of New Zealand especially has been bypassed because we're so far away from the rest of the world, and it's expensive to take fighters anywhere. I know, Dougie, that the New Zealand boxing team, the boys and girls are all trying to raise money, give little pages and things like that. This is going to be huge for you to do that.
Yes. And for me, I was first vice president in Oceania in 20 years. 4 years with Loyal from PNG, 8 years with Kate Walker from New Zealand, 8 years with Ted Turner from Australia. And I saw in these 20 years what we have to do, I think, with my new board member in Oceania. So we really want that Oceania become the same level like Asia, Europe. You know, we have 5 continents. First continent is maybe Asia, Europe, and after you have America and Africa and Oceania. That's I want. I would like many world champ from Oceania. Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, Papua New Zealand, Australia. And I know for arrive at this level, we have to work together. We have to work together. That's why I plan in these 2 years. And everything we do, we inform all the national federation. Because before we don't do this job. That's why we need all the best boxers from New Zealand and Australia. Because the other countries are really small. And that's why it's important for Oceania board member. We have to look to work together how we can grow up the level of boxers and athletes.
Is this a 2-year commitment, or is it a long-term commitment?
For the
long-term commitment, yeah. We're not here for the short term. We're here to bust it out for a long time.
I know New Zealand and Australia pulled out of IBA last year.
We don't put out them; they go out. It's different.
Definitely, yeah. But I guess there was a lot of infighting. Who wanted to go out and who wanted to stay in there?
No, they chose to leave because they thought if they leave, they're going to go join that World Boxing, but no one else followed them. You know what I mean? So if you look at the amount of countries that's with World Boxing now, it's maybe under 30. But with IBA, there's like 190 countries all with IBA, and then you got to have like 60. You got to have 60 countries with you to actually formalize a actual governing body. You know what I mean? So World Boxing was still nowhere near it.
Yeah, I understand. What I was trying to get at, not everybody. It wouldn't have been a unanimous decision to pull out of IBA. I guess there'd be a lot of people that still wanted to stay with IBA. You see, it's going to be easy to work in with those people, or do you think there's going to be some rift between Boxing New Zealand and the IBA?
I don't understand the
I think we're going to have to get everyone to sign over to IBA. You know what I mean? So like it's an IBA tournament. It's not a World Boxing. I'll talk to everyone here in New Zealand, and we'll have to do like a registration. So then we'll have to keep it all IBA.
The exciting thing is when can we see IBA competition in New Zealand?
Yes, I informed the IBA board, so we look for this year if we can organize IBA night. So all the communication of the world they come again in New Zealand. Normally we have to organize the Oceania Championship last year in New Zealand of elite, and after Boxing New Zealand decided to go in the other federation, so we missed this championship of elite. So we just organized the Oceania Youth and Junior last year in Samoa, not elite. So for this year we organized the elite Cup and youth in junior in Tahiti on June and July, and on November the elite championship in Fiji, and after they have the world championship and everything. So we are also friends with Ted Turner, Kate Walker, and Keith Wall, but they decide to go in the other federation, but maybe they think all the national federation follow them. But no one. In Oceania, all was happy about the work we do with IBA. It will be the first time we really help all the national federation, and we make a plan for athletes for Oceania. So everybody was happy. In Africa, same. In these 53 countries in Africa, only one they go up. And majority in Europe, Asia, America, they all stay with IBA because they know what we do for athletes in these 4 years. They all happy. But I think in this maybe few months, they have to come back. If not, all the athletes want to go out. Same in USA. The National Federation of USA followed this federation, but all the athletes don't happy. That's why they create a new national federation, and the president is our friend, the World Championship of his name. Comment il s'appelle déjà le champion en mi-lourd? The World Championship.
Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones decided to become the president of this national federation in USA. That's why. And in Australia, we organize some tournament in Tahiti on May and April. So I have, in Australia they have 6 states. Huh? So they have 2 presidents of states. They contact me. They don't want to say like that, because with this new federation they have nothing. But I think Australia, I think the president Philip Goodis in this few months, maybe he contact me, and if he don't come, all the other countries they would like to do like do Viney and her friends, because they know what is good for the athletes. Yes. Athletes first, in IBA, athletes first. For example, the president of this new federation in her country, in his country, they have one world championship. They don't want to follow, so they participate to IBA, and IBA modify the status so she can participate, but she cannot with IBA. So she fight, she stay, because all the athletes was happy. That's why it's difficult for some national federation. If they go, the athletes want to stay to IBA, and IBA make rules. They change the rules for the athletes. If some national federation go out and all the world champion of athletes prefer to stay, they stay, because it will be the first time for the athletes. You can win $200,000 by year. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's really good for the athletes.
I think the people on the ground and know how hard it is to be an athlete, a boxer, and any way you can make some money and make a living out of the sport you love and that you give so much time to, it's got to be good.
Yes, good for money, but good for education too, because like Doug, like me, like everybody, we know what this sport is hard, and what this sport is education for all the athletes. It's good for education and good for the body, good for everything. And that's why we make a program too for the development, how we can push everybody to do boxing, because we know it's good for all the people too.
Boxing's good for the people. It sounds like IBA is very good for the people. Thank you very much. I'm sure that the fighters of New Zealand will get right behind, especially this man here. And
I'm sure too, because in these few months, many coach and parents of athletes, they call me, they send me some letter to ask me, hey, how I can do. My daughter want to participate to the World Championship. She arrived on quarterfinal last year. I told them just wait some weeks. So I work for that. So I am happy you are here to inform all the athletes for Oceania. We are here to support them.
Thank you, and thanks, Doug, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So we will probably in the next couple of weeks we will put out on social media proper ways to contact us, and then we'll let you know, so then we can just push it out like that. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, she's good.
It's good all round. If you're happy, I'm happy.
And just one thing. So we finished all the administration for National Federation. I informed already IBA, and in these few weeks, they become membership, provisional membership next month, I think. And after they become member on December to the Assembly General, because we have to vote, and it will be okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again. Thank you very much.